Welcome to Deepverse, where we discuss everything on AI. This video is a part 2 of how the search game is completely shifting from SEO to AEO to GEO. Everyone is talking about AEO and GEO right now, but very few people are answering the real question. What do you actually do about it? Because understanding the shift is one thing, executing on it is a completely different game. Most brands are still stuck optimizing for rankings, while the real opportunity has moved to owning the answers and influencing AI generated decisions. So, in this episode, I'm going to give you a complete execution framework, step by step, the platforms to focus on, content strategies that actually work, and new KPIs that you should be tracking, and how to position yourself so that when someone asks AI a question, your name shows up in the answer, not as an option, but as a recommendation. Before we get into platforms, we need to reset how we think. SEO is about ranking pages, AEO is about owning the answers, and GEO is about becoming the source that AI trusts. SEO, rank pages. This means you're optimizing your content so it appears high on search results. It focuses on visibility through positioning on search engines. AEO, own answers. This means you're structuring your content so it becomes the direct answer that is shown. You're not competing for clicks, you're competing to be selected. GEO, become the source that AI trusts. This means you're creating content that AI systems rely on when generating responses. Your goal is to be referenced, not discovered. You're no longer just distributing content, you're building a knowledge layer that machines can read, trust, and use. The goal here is simple. When someone asks a question, your content shows up as an answer. The primary platforms here are the website blogs, which is the core hub. Your website is where your structured answers live. This is the base source Google pulls from. Number 2 is Google Search, where you have the featured snippets, AI overviews. This is where the answers are surfaced directly without clicks. Winning here means occupying position 0 above all the links. Then we have the Google Assistant and voice search, where the voice queries rely heavily on concise, structured answers. If optimized well, your content becomes the spoken response. Then we have YouTube, which is video snippets. Google often pulls answers from videos, short, clear explanations that can rank as visual answers. Your content must change in terms of how it is written. Question first architecture. H2 is exact question. This helps search engine identify clear intent. It increases your chance of being picked as an answer. The first 2 to 3 lines is equal to the direct answer. This gives a quick, concise response up front. Google prefers content that answers immediately. Then we have the answer formats that win, like definitions, clear explanation of concepts. These are easy for Google to extract as snippets. Then we have the lists, which is top 5 and top 10. Structured lists are highly scannable. They're often used in featured snippets. We have comparisons, like side-by-side clarity helps decision making. Google favors comparison-based answers. So step-by-step guides also help in terms of process-driven content, which is easy to follow. Ideal for how-to queries and voice responses. Then we have the schema markup, which is critical. The FAQ schema helps Google understand question-answer pairs, improves chances of appearing in rich results. Then we have the how-to schema, where it's structured instructional content very, very clearly. It's used for step-based queries and guides. Then we have the article schema, which provides the metadata about your content, helps search engines interpret the relevance better. Let's look at the KPIs for AEO. Now you need to measure differently. Featured snippet percentage ownership, how often your content appears as a top answer. This indicates dominance in the answer space. Then we have position 0 rankings, where ranking above all organic results. This is where maximum visibility happens. Then we have the voice search visibility, how often your content is used in voice responses. It's very important because voice adoption is growing. And then we also have people also ask inclusion, where the presence in related question boxes. It expands your visibility across multiple queries. Then we have impressions without clicks, where the users also see your answer, but they don't click. This shows that the answer consumption is actually happening. Let's focus on a tactical playbook for AEO with weekly actions. Number 1, create 10 to 15 question-based articles and pages. Focus on real user questions. This builds a strong answer library. Then we have the mine. Google, people also ask. These are real questions where users are actually asking, high intent and ready to target. Then we have auto suggestions. These reflect the trending search behavior, which helps you identify the demand quickly. Then optimize old content into the answer format. Rewrite existing blogs into structured answers. This improves the performance without new content creation. Now the pro insight for you is just you pick your niche and pick your content and convert them into 100 plus Q&A pages. You already have all the knowledge assets for you. So just repurposing them into answers creates the scale very, very fast. Now we move beyond search into AI-generated answers. The platforms to focus for the GEO layer are the AI surfaces, like for example, Chat GPT. AI generates answers by combining multiple sources. So your goal is to be one of the sources. Perplexity AI, this platform cites sources explicitly. It's great for tracking visibility and credibility. Google Gemini, it's integrated into the Google ecosystem. It influences how AI-driven search evolves. Then we have the authority and distribution platforms. For example, LinkedIn. High authority professional content platform, and AI pulls thought leadership signals from here. Then we have YouTube, where the video content builds strong topical authority. It also feeds into the Google's ecosystem. Then we have Medium/blogs, where open content platforms with high crawlability, which is useful for expanding the reach and indexing. Then we have industry publications, which adds credibility and authority signals for your brand, and it helps you position as an expert source. Then we have the data and knowledge sources where AI pulls from, like for example, your own website, which is quite a structured content, which is primarily controlled as a source of truth. It must be well organized and authoritative. Then we have the public articles, which are widely accessible content that also increases the visibility. AI pulls from indexed web sources. Then we have the other PDFs and research style content where structured documents are highly trusted, often used in knowledge extraction. Then we have the forums, like for example, Reddit or Quora, which is optional for some brands, where user-generated insights add diversity. AI sometimes references discussions. Content strategy for GEO. This is where most brands fail. You need to go deep, not wide. Instead of generic topics, focus on specific contextual content. This increases the relevance and authority. AI prefers depth over breadth. Build topical authority clusters. Create multiple connected pieces of content around one core theme. This signals the expertise and consistency. AI trusts clusters more than isolated posts. Number 3 is multi-format content, which is critical. Like a blog, detailed written explanation acts as a primary reference. Then there's a LinkedIn post, which is a short opinion-driven insight. It builds authority signals. Then there is a YouTube video, which explains the concept visually, enhances discoverability. Then there's a short reel, which is quick, engaging snippets, drives reach and recall. You may also have a PDF and a guide, which is structured, downloadable knowledge. High trust format for AI. Number 4 is the credibility signals, which is data. Adds factual backing to whatever you're speaking. It improves trustworthiness. We can have case studies, which shows real-world application, builds practical credibility. Then you need to have numbers, quantifies the impact, makes content more reliable. You should also have comparisons, which helps users evaluate the options, useful for AI-generated answers. You need to also have expert opinions, adds authority and perspective. It strengthens trust signals. KPIs for GEO. AI mentions how often your brand appears in AI answers. It indicates the visibility in generative systems. Brand recall in AI responses. Whether AI remembers and suggests you. Shows the strength of presence. Then we have the citation frequency. How often your content is referenced. Key trust indicator. Branded search growth. Increase in people searching your name. It reflects the rising awareness. Then we have direct traffic, where users coming directly to your website, which indicates the trust and the recognition. So the new KPI to track here is prompt visibility. Example, best AI marketing agencies in UAE. Are you appearing? This measures real-world AI discoverability. It's the future of visibility tracking. Let's focus on a tactical playbook for GEO with weekly execution ideas. 3 LinkedIn thought leader posts. It builds consistent authority and presence. It also signals your expertise in the field that you're in. Then let's also look at 1 YouTube long form video which explains and builds depth. It also strengthens the topical authority. Then we have 5 to 7 short form clips which expands the reach across different platforms, reinforces the messaging frequency as well. Then 2 deep blog articles where it creates knowledge base and feeds the AI with structured content. 1 downloadable guide like a PDF, high value content doesn't also acts as a trusted reference source. So your monthly execution will be publish 1 authority piece, a comprehensive in-depth report, positions that you category as a leader. So repurpose across different platforms, maximize your content reach, and ensures content consistency across channels. Let's look at a unified strategy where you bring AEO and GEO together. Most brands make this mistake. They treat AEO and GEO separately. You need to have an integrated content flow. One idea becomes a blog, which is SEO plus AEO. Co-structured content drives search and answers. Then you have FAQ snippets, which is AEO, extracted answers from the blog, targets direct queries. Then you have a LinkedIn POV, which is GEO, opinion-based content builds authority. Then you have a YouTube explanation, which is GEO, deep dive into content, enhances trust and visibility. Then you have short clips, which is distribution, quick insights, boosts reach and recall. So the content design principles is where every piece of content must answer, can this be quoted by Google, which is AEO? Can this be extracted as a direct answer or referenced by AI, which is GEO? Can AI use it to build responses? If not, rewrite. So the end goal here is when someone asks AI, who is the expert in the field that you're actually operating in, the answer should include you. This is true GEO success. So being part of the answer itself. So the final takeaway here is SEO got you the visibility, AEO gives you the answers, but GEO gives you the authority at scale. Thanks for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe to Deepverse to know and learn everything about AI. It's really fast changing the field of search.